Okay, so one of my favorite tools besides fingers and thumb is a Moxa stick. Now it kind of looks like a giant incense stick. This one's broken a little bit. I don't tend to use this kind very much, so I dug it up out of my kit from years ago. And but it's great to have on hand. It's great for emergencies. It's great for when you really need it. And you can use it regularly if it's something that your pattern calls for. So if you have a weakness somewhere in your body, especially if it's a cold weakness in your pattern, then Moxa sticks are great for that. There are other kinds as well that are more like a compressed charcoal. They've already been burned, so they're not as smoky when you light them and use them. But I have all of my tools are packed up right now, so I will pull them out as I get a chance and share. So this Moxa stick is made up of Chinese mugwort and some other random warming herbs. And you basically just light it like an incense stick or like a cigar, and the end stays lit, and it actually creates a deep penetrating warmth that can go into the muscle, can actually penetrate even into our organs to help them warm and relax if needed. So anywhere we have pain, weakness, or dysfunction, as long as there's not a lot of inflammation, so redness, swelling, pain, if we have that, then we want to avoid using a lot of Moxa. However, many of us have digestive function with just a small amount of inflammation that can really benefit from some Moxa support, as well as those of us who menstruate when we just have had what we call cold invading the uterus, or cold invading the jade palace or jade temple. Basically, you know, if you've gone swimming a lot while menstruating, or after birth, if you didn't have the best of care or used a lot of ice pads, that may have caused a constriction of your blood vessels, a spasm of the tissue that really benefits from the support of Moxa. So Moxa is our most warming herb, one of our most warming herbs in the Chinese apothecary. We do take it internally for some conditions, but really this is a great way to use it. And so like I said, you just light it and you hold it over whatever point you're going to use. Usually you'll keep it about 2 inches away. It's a safe space. You want to have a dish with some rice in it, or another hard grain, but rice is usually a good option. So it can be a dish about this high, enough that you can stick the Moxa in it to hold it upright and extinguish it in the rice. And you can reuse that over time. You can also gently tap the ash or roll the ash into that dish, or you can have a separate dish for the ashes. I also like to have a glass of water on hand just in case we need it, because safety first. So once you've gathered all those tools, you have ordered your Moxa sticks and they've arrived, and you're ready to get going, then we take our lighter, and I'll just do an example so you can see what it takes. So I peeled a little bit of the outer paper off, and there's an inner paper. You can leave that. So you'll peel the paper as you go. Otherwise, if you peel it all right now, it tends to fall apart more easily. So lighting at a safe distance. Keep your hair out of the way. It's best to tie your hair back if you're going to do points near your, your neck or upper back. And in another video, I will show partners how to use Moxa as well. So this is really an invaluable tool when we have back pain. We can't reach on our own. Maybe we can't get in to see supported care, or we can't afford supported care, or both. Then we can use partner care with things like Moxa to really help to calm spasm, relieve tension, get circulation going in an area, and feel a lot better pretty quickly. So I've got my tip nice and cherry hot. Ideally, you want the cherry all the way to the center. You want it really just glowing red. That will get the most warmth to penetrate into your body. I'm just going to get going. I don't actually need a lot of warmth today. I'm feeling pretty warm. So you can see I'm about 2 inches from the top of that mound, and I can feel the warmth. I'm just holding it in one spot now, but rotating it in a tiny circle like that. And when I start to feel it warm up, then I move to the next circle. Usually it'll take 10 to 30 seconds. You don't want to leave it too long because that warmth can build and eventually lead to a painful sensation. And if we keep it too close for too long, we do risk burning, and so we want to avoid that. So I'm just going, kind of rotating my way slowly down the large intestine channel. Now again, if you have a severe inflammatory disease in your intestines, you might not want to work this channel with Moxa. I'm actually using it just as an example of how to do it. I would be more likely to personally use Moxa over my lower belly, over my uterus, especially premenstrually or during my cycle. It can be great for relieving cramps, getting things moving if they feel a bit stuck, or over my stomach if it feels really cold to the touch. I'm having a lot of, kind of grumbling sensations. Things aren't digesting as well or as quickly as I need. I might do it over my lower spleen pathway, which is the inner calf, to help with menstrual cycle, digestion, brain fog and memory, things like that. So there is a lot that we can do with this Moxa. We can even use it, so there's a point on the center of the heel. When we use Moxa on it before bed, it actually helps us to sleep more soundly. It actually draws our spirit deeper into our body, so it doesn't float away quite as much, and we sleep more deeply. So it's a really powerful tool. We also use it for postpartum care. So over the low back and the womb, to warm the mother after birth, which, like I said, can be a big source of dysfunction if we aren't taken care of correctly. So this is one of my favorite tools to use with my postpartum clients. So lots of good stuff here, lots of tips and techniques that I'll be able to share with you regarding Moxa and Acu PowerPoints in general. So